Good evening, I'm Jen Lask. On March 13th, coronavirus concerns led Governor J.B. Pritzker to shutter schools across the state of Illinois. Now, some students will be setting foot inside their schools for the first time in more than 5 months, while others will continue learning from home. Tonight, Classroom in Crisis will explore the guidelines set forth by the State Board of Education and the factors driving individual districts' decisions on how to safely educate their kids. This is 30 Minutes.
The following is a special presentation of WCIA 3 News.
Certainly never in my wildest dreams did I think being state superintendent I would be faced with the pandemic.
Instead of planning, I am currently working with a lawyer to update my will and make sure all my personal affairs are in order, since I am being forced to return to a building where germs and diseases thrive.
They need to be prepared for being online completely.
This is 30 Minutes Classroom in Crisis with Jen Lask.
It's been stop and go from the start, with school districts pivoting from one plan to another as the number of coronavirus cases climbs in Illinois. Schools are looking to the Illinois State Board of Education, ISB, for guidance, and I spoke with State Superintendent Carmen Ayala about the challenges we face.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think being state superintendent I would be faced with the pandemic.
Dr. Carmen Ayala spent the summer working with educators across the state to come up with a Plan A and a Plan B, and yes, a Plan C as well.
The virus is changing, on a daily, weekly basis. And I think that part of the decision making is waiting to see, where this virus leads us.
While the school closures across the state this spring were certainly unprecedented in many ways, Ayala and her team are looking at the lessons learned from Hurricane Katrina, as education was disrupted for months in the aftermath.
Almost an entire quarter of the school year went under emergency conditions and remote learning. And so a lot has been learned. I know that school districts have been preparing all summer as well, anticipating that there would be the possibility of needing to go remote learning.
For those that go remote, ISB is requiring 5 full hours a day of learning, with at least half of that time being synchronous. ISB is also mapping out priority standards to help teachers determine what they'll need to spend more time on.
I think that there is so much energy and passion and just love for our students and making sure that they're very taken care of as best as we can. I just want to make sure that they hear that that is noticed, it is appreciated, and that together we're going to get through this.
The State Board of Education and Illinois Emergency Management Association are giving out 2.5 million free masks to public schools across the state. So far, they've shipped 2.3 million and will also give out face shields to wear in addition to the cloth masks. According to ISB, roughly 24% of its 714 school districts chose remote learning, 46% chose blended learning, and nearly 30% chose in-person learning for this fall. Within the central Illinois region, the majority of the schools are offering either in-person or blended learning, although some of the largest districts such as Champaign, Urbana, Decatur, and Springfield have all opted for remote first quarters. And some districts have already begun the fall semester in central Illinois. St. Thomas More in Champaign is offering in-person and remote learning. 27 students chose remote there, leaving fewer than 200 students learning in person. Principal Sister Bridget Martin says the largest classes have 20 students and seats have been spread out at least 6 feet apart from one another. Those that aren't have dividers in between them.
We want our students to not be paralyzed by the fear of being sick. And so we're going to do everything we can to keep them as safe as we can. That's always, the safety of our students and staff is always our number one priority. And it looks different this year, but it's not a different goal.
Everyone who comes inside has their temperature taken. Masks are also required unless you're eating, and there's a designated flight of stairs for going up and another for going down. Students are also encouraged to bring their own water bottles since they're not supposed to drink out of water fountains. Parents have had to scramble in some school districts to adjust to remote learning. While many districts are offering Chromebooks and iPads as well as wireless hotspots, that still doesn't account for childcare. Daycares and after-school programs have expanded in some districts, such as Decatur and Mahomet. In Champaign, La Petite Academy is working to make adjustments so it can help working parents.
We are not elementary school teachers. We are early childhood educators. We are here to facilitate the logins and the staying on task. And in the meantime, also filling their days with activities that they can do and get outdoor play.
Champaign's YMCA is also structuring its care around remote learning. Under ISB guidelines, buses will be able to hold up to 50 students at a time. Some buses are already running those routes in hybrid learning and in-person districts. But I spoke to one Champaign bus driver who's nervously awaiting the day he'll have to start driving kids to school when blending learning goes into effect. Benjamin Gully has spoken up at multiple board meetings about what can happen in a long bus ride, especially if the windows have to be closed because of the weather.
Many of these kids have bus rides in excess of a half an hour, 45 minutes. Even if they aren't right on top of one another and they are doing everything that they should be doing, it's a vat. As I say, it's just a big tin can full of potentially infected air.
According to ISB, all students and drivers will be required to wear masks and do symptom and temperature checks before boarding. Districts are encouraged to offer visual guides for where students can sit and cannot sit to maintain distancing. ISB also recommends seating charts. Meanwhile, the USDA has extended its summer food service program through the end of August, although that does not include the National School Lunch Program, which will begin for certain districts at the start of the school year. The Illinois State Board of Education says it will ask for more flexibility from the USDA to help support school districts' meal plans this fall. Students at Decatur Public Schools started classes this week remotely. Now, parents with students with special needs are helping their kids get the help they need. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays shows us how.
For some families, virtual learning comes with challenges. Rachel Wilson has 8 kids. 6 of them attend Decatur Public Schools.
I have 5 with special needs, from mental health to ADHD to just being behind from being in hospitals, and then I also have a son with Down syndrome.
Their first day was a bit rough. Wilson says she was only able to get one iPad working, but she's doing her best to work through difficulties with the teachers.
So I'm taking at least 3 to 4 hours a day for each child just to get them through their work.
Superintendent Paul Frigo says parents are not alone.
They'll have the ability to email the teacher to get some advice or help. And the teachers will be in the buildings 3 times a week. So they could call the building and get help as well, or leave a voicemail that, hey, we're struggling. Can we get some help?
The superintendent says they're working with families to make sure that students with individualized education plans get the help they need.
They will be having individual IEP meetings, individual education plan meetings, and looking how they can best meet that student's goals through the IEP, through a virtual learning environment. And they're also, depending on the student, making individual appointments to meet with the teachers.
Wilson says she's still adjusting and trying to get support. In Decatur, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
And as with many districts, the superintendent in Decatur says they're continuing to work with the health department to determine when it is safe for students to return to the classroom. School districts are also preparing to address the summer of reckoning for racial justice. Protesters, including kids and teens, have taken to the streets across the country, with thousands joining together in the streets of Urbana early in June. Protesters also made their voices heard in smaller towns like Tuscola and are continuing to push for change through anti-racism resolutions in their school districts.
You don't spray water in every house in the neighborhood if one's on fire, so I mean, I think this is something that people need to hear.
When you say Black Lives Matter, you're not saying that white lives don't matter, so it's really important to listen to and uplift Black voices, especially the Black voices in our own communities.
I think also we're just in a time where change is coming, and I think what's been really cool for me is seeing this happen in these really small towns. Usually you see it in the bigger cities, and I think the fact that it's happening in these small towns has encouraged other small towns to hop on that as well.
The State Board of Education is reviewing school districts' curricula when it comes to Black history. The board is working with a group of teachers to enhance its standards by the end of the year, not only for Black history, but also immigration and Holocaust education. Coming up.
Please do not ask me to choose between my life and my job.
That's the plea teachers across the country are making. The powerful letter from an Urbana teacher straight ahead. And before we go to break, officials say many parents have asked what happens if a student is sent home with suspected symptoms and has siblings in the district. Will they be sent home too? ISB says yes. If one student is being tested, the rest from that family will need to quarantine until they get the results back. If the results are positive, local health departments will put all of the people in their home into quarantine for 14 days.